Hey there guys, welcome back to Hursty Games and welcome back to the QPR Career Mode. For those who have been maybe catching up with this series, you may not have known, but for those who have been watching this series from the start, I've had a big old break in recording and uploads for this series, and that is purely down to a number of work commitments and just not having the time to film and edit long form video content. Or to be fair, you'll notice the lack of video uploads anyway recently, just video content. Just finding the time at the moment is very, very difficult. But the QPR Career Mode is going to be back. I have brought the series back underway, and very quickly, we're starting off with errors, something that has gone wrong, and that is the most recent episode that I had filmed, which was actually yesterday, had no audio. So there are actually, I believe, 4 games that have been played that you guys will not have seen, and for that I can only apologise. And it was 3 defeats and a win, so 3 defeats in the league to Brighton, Newcastle and to Brentford, which was an absolutely terrible defeat. We were comfortably behind that. It was a last goal, which was a consolation, but then a big 3-2 win against Arsenal after being 2-0 down as well. So it really was a big turn of events for us, which was a huge potential moment in our season, trying to get into the Champions League. Also worth noting, as you may or may not have known, and again, people who watch the channel will know this, bad throat. I see to always have a bad throat, so apologies for that. But we have got Man City in the next game, and the window opens in the next in today's episode as well. And then we have got a couple of games with the window opening and potential like sales and potential purchases, depending on the amount of time we spend looking at things. It might just be 2 or 3 games today. And again, the episodes might end up being just a little bit shorter anyway, so that I can try and get back on top of video uploads coming back out on the channel again. I'm hoping to find some time sort of Sunday evenings and potentially Thursday evenings to film some videos. That is my hope. No guarantees, but I will definitely try. But yeah, a reminder for anyone and everyone of where the squad is at, what we're looking at right now. This is the current team. This is what we are currently running with. Obviously, in real life, QPR have had some players leave. Dazelle, for example, has left on loan to Birmingham for the rest of the season. We have signed in Michael Frey on a permanent. We've also picked up Hodge on loan from Wolves and Hayden on loan from Newcastle. Those are moves that we are not necessarily going to go in for, because don't forget, this is our own save. The save doesn't have to directly replicate real life. I try and keep levels of realism, but the realism still remains within our realm of this career mode. So the team is pretty tired from the last game. We have got quite tired legs in the squad here, but Man City is going to be a tough game anyway. So I'll just get the team as ready as I can, and I doubt anything's going to happen between now and the first game. So unless anything does, I'll see you at Man City. Very quickly before we start, very quick word from today's video sponsor and brand new channel partner, and that is West Coast UTD, your home of all things FC24. Whether you want coins, trading advice, foot champs boost, rivals boost, or FC coaching, they're all available. And if at checkout you use code HurstyGames, you will save yourself 5% off your order as well. So thanks to everyone who checks out West Coast UTD, and thanks West Coast UTD for sponsoring this video. Oh boys, this is not the way I wanted to start the episode. An incredibly rotated team with still tired legs in the squad and a very tired bench / rotated bench against the best team in the league, arguably one of the best teams in the world. 3-minute halves, for those who may or may not have remembered. Plus, we did up it to Ultimate as well. It's been a while since I played Career Mode, so that might be a stupid decision to keep it on that. But I am sticking with it. We stick with our guns. This is meant to be a challenge. I've just also thought I probably don't have the Elgato on for you guys. Now there's gameplay audio as well. I'm catching up with remembering how to record videos. But at Loftus Road, we really have to make this a fortress today if we're going to get anything from this game at all. Fingers crossed we can come away with. I would happily take a point before kickoff, but we've got a very tired squad, heavy rotation. I'm expecting a bit of rotation from City, looking at sort of the pre-match reports and everything, but their rotated squad is probably still better on paper than our starting 11. So pinches of salt everywhere. Come on, you R's. Let's go for it. Come on, lads. Ball out wide here. Look at the space. Maybe here for Willock. Ozzy's pass doesn't quite go through. Davies with a good interception, but we've started off with just a bit of calm possession basically. Just taking our time, not trying to force it, but seeing if we can maybe wait for a City press to then like pass our way through. That's going to be the plan. Let's hope that it pays out. Cash in with a great tackle there. Gets the ball off of Grealish, and we have a bit of a chance now to burst forward. Powell trying to break through with, I believe that's Kevin De Bruyne closing him down. Going to take a turn. Little ball inside. Oh, I wanted it to Chair, but for some reason it didn't lock on to Chair at all, and it's a bit of a wasted chance. But that attack on the counter looks pretty good, but my issue is I don't want to rely on counters because that means that we're allowing City to have lots of the ball, which I don't really want to do. Kenneth Powell's not going to get in there. He is going to commit the foul to Kabore there, but Foden is going to get given a yellow for an earlier foul in the play, but we have got something to deal with here. De Bruyne isn't going to whip it in. He's going to play it short to McAtee. McAtee plays it back here. Gavardiol, a.k.a. FG, plays it forward up to Grealish. I'm just keeping my eyes on Haaland, where Haaland is, because that is a man we do not want to get the ball in the box. Thankfully, we get it away. Samfield with a good bit of work to get it away. And again, maybe a chance here to try and push on the counter. We've got Chrissy Willett bursting forward. Look at the run from Armstrong. Not quite where I want you, mate. I'd rather you inside of Nathan Ake there. But he's going to make his way inside eventually. Sinclair Armstrong with a fantastic strike. The Trivella finds its way past Edison. And we do take the lead here, 23 minutes in. And the unexpected, as Sinclair Armstrong finds the back of the net. Hasn't quite got that level of composure just yet in real life when it comes to those one-on-one situations, but has a fantastic amount of composure here to just place that outside of his boot, and a lovely finish. Again, apologies for the coughs. Got a bad throat. Working on it, I promise you. Antibiotics through the roof right now. But boys, a great start there. 13 goals so far in the Premier League season for Sinclair Armstrong, and it is 1-0 to QPR. Bernardo Silva flicks it through here to McAtee. McAtee's going to look up and find Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne, nice bit of working around here from Man City to cause us all levels of issue. But we're going to try and commit to that. But that's a poor effort of a tackle, I believe, there from Dazelle. But well done, Ozzy Kakai, reading that ball really nicely. Willock picks it up. And again, a chance to burst down here with Davies committing massively. This left-hand side is open for us to make runs down. Armstrong going to look up. Oh, I wanted the little through ball there. Play it into Andre Dazelle, who was just going to waltz into the box with so much space. Another one-on-one opportunity would have been present there. Good tackle there from Sam Field. But yeah, it didn't quite work out that way. It's pretty good stuff so far, though. What a ball that is from Kevin De Bruyne. That is the thing we've got to worry about. Fantastic touch as well from Jack Grealish. Davies on the ball, rotates it round to Bernardo Silva. But Jimmy Dunn steps in really well. Ozzy Kakai with his back to the attackers. But we work our way out of it here. Chris Willock has again worked himself into some troubles. Oh, and the clearance doesn't quite work out there. Grealish is going to try and go through. Oh, it's a good block from Cashin. I didn't really have too many options to try and get the ball away before then, but when we did try and get it away, I think we were a touch unlucky that it did hit the man. But Dazelle up to it. Chair, lovely little flick header there to take it away from Phil Foden. And Chair now with a chance to burst forward. Chris Willock also running through. Going to try and find the space here for Willock. Oh, it's good running from Grealish. If there was a slightly slower player between Willock and the goal, I'd have backed my chances for Willock to get to that ahead of him. But Jack Grealish did really well. But I have to say, we have played pretty impressively well in that first half. I've been pretty patient on the ball. We've been pretty patient off the ball, but we've not allowed them to get into crazy threatening chances. A good block from Cashin from a chance. I think it was from Grealish. But yeah, other than that, not too much from Man City in that first half. I'll tell you what, though, you can see it on the legs of our boys. They are pretty tired here. Larkech is going to come on for Kenneth Powell. Ilias Chair is going to make way for Andrew. And Smith is going to have to stick it out at some point. The forgotten man Richards is going to have to make his way into the team, but I'm going to hold fire for now. Peda probably have to make some minutes as well, potentially coming in maybe for Andre Dazelle. But time will tell, boys. Second half, 45 minutes, and a crucial 45 as well. Not just for our chances, but potentially for the title. Sam Field here, by the way, steps in fantastically well. And Field is a loose pass. Not a fantastic effort in the end there. Well won, but that could have been, again, just one little bit of composure away from a real good opportunity to double the lead. And at a 2-goal lead, I'm pretty confident that we could just be as defensive enough to not concede twice and be sensible as anything on the ball. But it's still only one. We've still got to be sensible. We've still got to be smart. Cashing up against Haaland here. Haaland looks out wide, finds Phil Foden. Phil Foden going to just sort of waltz a little bit on the ball here, take his time. Kabore. Look at this rotation. Lovely stuff initially. Larkech. And again, is it a goal kick? It's not. The Frenchman has got the touch to knock it behind for a corner. They're making a change. McAtee making way here. Coming on is Mateus Nunes. Bit of an upgrade in that middle of the park there. Bit of a box-to-box on for a cam, though. So probably just slightly shoring up the midfield and making it even more difficult to get the ball off them. But we shall see how that pans out. Andre Dazelle really well stepped in there, mate. Done really well to bring that away as well. Going to try and play it to Willett, but that's a real loose pass there. And Davies doesn't have to work hard to win that one. We're going to just try and rotate this around and just be sensible. Just be sensible, not overcommit. Pushing out here with Field, but Field steps in well. Doesn't quite keep hold of it after getting a touch on the ball. But City having to look. We're just having to make them reset every time. But Haaland brings it forward again. Jimmy Dunn overcommits. Good strike there from Erling Haaland. Labrovic down to his right. They're making a change there, and I'm also going to make a change here. Dazelle is going to make way for Peder, and Smith is going to come off, and Richards will make his way on. I don't really want to bring on Doughty because he's really tired, and Linden I don't think is quite the right call right now. So we're going to stick with Armstrong, just have that pace on the counter. Kabore making way here for Akanji. So a centre-back that can play full-back coming on. Obviously, they've got Gavadio and Ake as well, all three of which can play on the right or the wide side of a defence. But Dazelle and Smith, as you guys saw, coming off, our two substitutes making their way on the pitch. 25 plus added time to go. And it's honestly all ours to lose right now. But Peder getting involved early on. Gavadio up. It wouldn't give me the player that was competing for the header. But thankfully, Labrovic was equal to the slightly lacklustre header. City bring it forward here. Davies with a heavy touch. Gives Aussie a chance to win that one. And we're going to just try and bring this away now with some simple passes. Oh, but Field, slightly heavy touch. Turns into trouble. Foden going to bring it forward. He looks up, finds Erling Haaland. Haaland, we're not giving him time to shoot. Although he's just kind of standing there. And we're kind of just standing there watching him. So not exactly ideal defence. But Jimmy Dunn's going to try and come across. Oh, Mateus Nunes, the man from Portugal, hits it just wide of the post. Really good effort. And thankfully, it was wide because that would have been problematic. Ruben Diaz on for Davies. They have now got 4 recognised centre-backs on the pitch here. Both full-backs rotating for Man City here. Maybe a bit of a, I don't know, bit of a just fresh legs down the wing because we've been working down the wing. But if they play Diaz out wide, I'm not overly worried about Willock trying to get past him with pace here. And it looks like Diaz is actually the man playing out wide. Would have been nice if that pass had gone to Armstrong, but wasn't to be. But Bernardo Silva now going to bring it forward. I'm sticking with Cashin here. Going to let Larketch hopefully go out there and be the man to close the ball down. But Cashin going to try and block the man. There we go. That's exactly why I stuck with Cashin, so I could block the shot from whoever the ball came into. And now Andrew just has to run. Andrew, mate, just see this ball away. I don't know what you've tried there, mate. Thank God the time is as far in the game as it is. Referee, mate, not being funny, I was going to say, blow the whistle, but that is a monumental victory. Some way to bring the series back, boys. You'll love to see it. But a huge 1-0 victory there against Man City, against top of the table. You guys probably would have seen most of the game there, and that's because it was very much like they were pretty threatening the whole time. City just are a team that keep hold of the ball in your third, so I feel like I've got to commentate on it all. But really good start, 1-0 win. Great way to finish the year as we go into the January transfer window. Well, that huge win actually sees us up into third place. Very happy with that. A point behind Man United and only 4 points off top of the table. But obviously, we have to look at the teams around us. Results going against us mean that we do drop comfortably back down into 5th or even 6th potentially. But our next game is up against Newcastle. However, we are in January. We are in the transfer window. We're going to have a little look at a couple of things here. Just looking into the scout reports, seeing what's going on. So Riley Archer, that's going to be a no from me, my friend. Isaac Bennett, though, looks like he could be pretty phenomenal, so we'll give him a chance there. Ewan Myers, it's a no from me, friend. Marcus Newton, sorry. Will Lancaster, also a no. Archie Stone, no. Jude Cox, no. And Carter Martin also looks like a decent little player. Let's have a little gander here. Did that say I need to... my use squad's currently full. Oh, okay. Well, should we have a look at some players maybe to go? Jakub Novak, mate. You don't look like you're the player for me, my friend. So we're going to get rid of Jakub Novak and we're going to bring Carter Martin in. It is a ruthless world, the old football youth system. But that's how it is, boys. But let's have a little gander at some of these options here. Players that we maybe could have some decent options with. This just youth system looks so good right now. So good. Arthur Forster looks like he could be a real little gem. Carter Martin, 75 to 94. Cam. Very happy with that indeed, boys. So what I'll do is I'll just get some play styles or development plans, I should say, on the new boys. And then I think, honestly, it's maybe a matter of trying to get some of these guys out on loan, because some of these guys look like they've got real potential. Okay, so I've called a couple of the young lads up. Arthur Forster has been called up. We've also called up Anwar Ali. We have also called up, oh God, I've got to remember the people now, Lewis Hunter and Toby Paul. All of them were 17, apart from Anwar Ali, but he's 60 rated. So basically, I called those guys up and have immediately loan listed them. I would happily see these guys go out on loan and get some game time. I just think it'll be really, really good for them, especially for their development, especially when you look at Forster, who's 65 rated at 17 and has potential of 90 to 94. Getting him out on some loan will just be absolutely fantastic for us. So I think that's got to be the play there. I think that is sensible. Checking our finances, we have got £4 million. However, for those who do or don't remember, I know it's been a long time. I do try and run these a little bit off of like an FFP style, keeping to certain rules and restrictions, keeping levels of realism. So for us to kind of look to bring anyone in this window, we are going to have to sell people. So that is something that I am going to have to take into account. So that's what we're going to do. I think I also forgot to list up Holloway there. So I will also go and loan list Holloway very quickly. But if people come in for any of our players, I will have to consider them. I will have to think about like whether it's worth the value that people come in for. But this January transfer window is mainly going to be about keeping our players that we have, keeping our stars, and if anyone goes, replacing them sensibly. However, saying that, I will have a look at anyone on a potential free pickup. Eze is still the absolute dream to pick up, by the way. But I will have a look at anyone who could potentially be possible to pick up on a free. Anyone who's got 6 months or less on their contract. So De Silva obviously is a free agent, so we could go De Silva, but I've said before, I've picked him up in previous QPR Career Modes in other iterations of FIFA, and I don't want to be boring and sort of keep doing the same thing. But if I find anyone that I think could be a really good shout for us to potentially pick up on a free in this window, then I will consider it. Okay, couple of approaches for some players that I don't want to sell as all we've had so far in the transfer window. So nothing crazy, nothing really to report so far. However, this game, as you can see, a few tired legs, a few players going to have to be a little bit rotated here, especially on the bench. But we don't really have a lot of options to kind of rotate in the defensive side of things. So Jimmy Dunn's going to have to stay there. Larquette will come onto the bench as well. But that is our starting 11 here against 8th placed Newcastle. Another game at Loftus Road. Back-to-back home games, which I'm absolutely here for. Fingers crossed, boys. Just fingers crossed. Back-to-back home wins would be even better as well. And it would be nice to say that we can come away with 3 more points here. And just, again, securing that top 4 spot would be insane, all things considered. So what we're going to really focus on is kind of, again, playing similarly to how we played against Man City. Bearing in mind, we have a much stronger 11 on the pitch today as well. This is our starting 11. It's only really the bench that's rotated today. So fingers crossed, more of the same. And hopefully we can play even better. Come on, you ours. Chair on the ball. Going to play it back here to Willock. Willock into Hamer. Hamer going to look out wide and try and find Larson, but it's a really poor effort. Hamer, really nice turn and pass there into Willock. And Willock's going to turn and find Chair. Chair's going to play it out here to Brun Larson. Brun Larson plays it back to Ilias. Ilias going to have to turn. Sees the run here from Field, but Field doesn't really run forward. He runs backwards towards Chair. And a good effort from Brun Larson, but a fantastic save down to his left there by Nick Pope. Always going to be difficult to sort of score against him as he's a big, big lad. But let's get this ball in there. We know we've got winners in the box. Oh, but it doesn't find them. It finds Isak at the end there, who does get it clear. We do keep it alive, though. Clark Salter out wide now to Willock. Willock cuts it back. Ilias Chair tries it on the outside of his boot. It's going to fall to Kenneth Powell. Kenneth Powell strikes. But again, another good bit of defence. But Field picks it up again in the middle of the park. He is just winning those low balls like it's going out of style here. And Hamer finds Willock onside. Chair with the finish into the back of the net, boys. It's a lovely bit of play. Ilias Chair, mate, I didn't know you had flips in you, but fair play to you, lad. Lovely, lovely goal. Lovely bit of play. And that all starts with a fantastic bit of play. Great interception in the middle of the park with Sam Field. Heyman plays it out to Willock. Willock cuts it back, and Chair on that right foot as it's coming across his body. Just perfect finesse into the side netting, into the back of the net, and QPR go into the lead. Fantastic stuff. 3 goals this season. It's a quiet one for him, but it's 3 very important goals. And this goal could lead to 3 very important points. Come on, boys. Got to be careful here. Almiron works it forward, but Gustavo Hamer, I wasn't even controlling him, and he gets involved. Fair play to Gustavo there. Just gets his foot in, just wins the ball, pinches it off the player, and he does it again there. Gustavo Hamer, our 2 CDMs, having an absolute blinder so far. And now Chris Willock, look at the space he's found here on the right-hand side. He's bursting into the box. This time he's going to go alone. And Pope with a good save. Armstrong made a fantastic run, but by the time it was kind of suitable to play it to him, he was behind the man. So Willock had to kind of really go alone, but it wasn't a bad effort. Forces the corner. Going to try and find a little bit more purchase on this one. Aimed at Clark Salter. Good win from Bruno Guimaraes. And Field is going to play that back out wide here to Ilias, who tries to take it past Botman. Doesn't quite do so, but could win it back. Doesn't quite do so either. But yeah, really nice play so far, boys. Sam Field on the ball here. Botman is going to just stop the pass from Chair from happening, but Hamer tries it. Willock pulls it onto his left, tries to strike. It was ambitious there, but Reynildo steps in the way and gets it clear. Oh, it's a really good play there from Harvey Barnes. Harvey Barnes now famous for an equaliser. Going to try and bring this ball forward here. Oh, Doughty and Oxford did really well to stop the initial run, but it does find its way back to Barnes here. Oxford comes across again to help Doughty out. Field gets turned. Reynildo keeps hold of it. Barnes again keeps hold of it. Sam Field steps in well, and the ref finally blows his whistle as Chair brings it away to call for half-time. 1-0 at the break. And I think it's been very deserved. We played some really nice football. That sort of bit of play at the end there was the first, as you can see, slow down at the office, but it's the first chance they've had the ball there, and it was all Harvey Barnes. So it really does show we've kept them out of this game really, really well. It's been very different to the City game while having similarities. It's been scrappy. It's been us trying to work on counters. It's been important that we retain possession wherever we can. And both of our DMs have been crucial in that. Field and Hamer have both been absolutely phenomenal. Now, our next game is a cup game. And I've said to you guys time and time again, my priority is the Premier League. So I'm happy to rotate in the next game and give these boys a few more minutes on the pitch, regardless of potential fitness levels being a little bit low, to have them start in the cup game. The likes of Field, you could see, was quite tired. He's been very busy and active in the middle of the park, though. Him and Hayer have probably been the 2 most active players on the pitch, both on and off the ball. They've both been crucial. But talking of off the ball here, Tonali brings it forward. Almiron made a really good run, but is really well blocked in the end. We forced them back. Let's see if we can keep them out here as Mazraoui's going to bring it forward. Kenneth Powell, this is your man now to try and stop this cross. Don't let this ball in the box. Oh, I've overcommitted there. And now Mazraoui's going to bring it forward, plays it to the edge of the box, finds Tonali. Can he find Isak? No, he finds Chalagnoglu, who again is on the edge. Isak's now got the ball. I've overcommitted with Clark Salter. And Isak, Alexander Isak, finds the back of the net on that left foot of his. Really, really good strike. Finds a top corner. Labrovic, not too much he could do there. Hasn't really been called on much in today's episode, but wasn't able to stop that one, which was, again, it was a very, very good effort as Isak just turns really nicely, plays the strike. I overcommitted with Clark Salter. It wasn't quite as near the top corner as I thought. I'd like to think Labrovic maybe could have had a bit of a better chance, but that being said, quite an open bit of play there for Isak, and it was a lot nearer the goal with some good power. He kind of just had a chance to hit it as hard as he wanted to from there. But Peder is going to make his way onto the pitch now. Chaplin's going to come on as a left wing with Larson moving into the middle, moving Armstrong off. Just, again, a little bit of rotation here. Not just for the sake of it, but just to mix things up. Peder on for Field. That one is for rotation. But just to kind of mix things up a little bit, you know, Brun Larson, especially at the start of this season when we signed him, had been scoring for fun. And Chaplin, if memory serves, often comes on and does something. All he's done there is give the ball away, but often comes on and creates something for us, even if it's in an assist capacity. Let's see if he can do the same today with Brun Larson now down the middle. It's a 1-1, boys, and it's scrappy. Tonali plays it forward now. Bruno Guimaraes out wide to Almiron. Almiron getting a lot more of the ball in the second half. To be fair, Newcastle getting a lot more of the ball in this second half. Has to be said, this game so far has been nothing like the first half was. The second half is very, very different. But that's a really good win there from Brun Larson. And now Chaplin with a chance to bring this forward. Botman is going to have to commit to him because Chaplin has absolutely got the burners on here. He's going to look inside, finds Brun Larson. He's going to try and hit it first time, but Shah comes across with a really, really important and very well-timed tackle there to stop the strike from Brun Larson, because I was going to unleash one there in the hopes that we could just try and knock it past Pope. But really good defence from the Swiss centre-back. As again, Newcastle try and bring this forward. Chalagnoglu across here to Tonali. Tonali plays it back to him. And you can see we're just sort of, we're like shadows. We're chasing these boys at the moment. But really well done there from Doughty. Good strength to win that one back. Good little pass as well. Finds Willock. Willock finds Chair. And Chair finds some space on the right-hand side here. Just runs round Fabian Schär. And Schär isn't going to catch him. Elias Chair tries to cut it back. I maybe should have tried the strike. Thought I had a bit more of an option to get that to Brun Larsen, but it turns out I didn't. It's a bit of a wasted one. Doughty to bring it forward. Looks inside, finds Chair. Ilias Chair now. Going to lay it back here to Hamer, or not. I asked for a through ball there. That little sort of weird, looked like just a heavy touch, was an attempt of a through ball to Gustavo Hamer that I'd requested. I don't know what he thought I was asking for, but it wasn't that, mate. Into the dying embers of the game now as Newcastle bring this ball forward. Again, that's kind of been the theme of the second half, is Newcastle try and bring it forward. Can we defend it? Doughty's going to try and clip this ball up to Brun Larsen, but it's too little too late, boys. That sort of, those two couple of chances with Chair bringing the ball forward and with the run from Chaplin, our best and really only chances of the second half. We were limited to very, very little there. First half, we were dominant. Second half, Newcastle came out and dominated us. So a game of two halves, and I guess it's only right that the points are shared between the two teams because of that. So disappointing to drop the 2 points, but at least it's a point gained. Okay, coming out of the game, you can see an offer here for Anwar Ali. Going to accept that as a loan. We also had one in for Toby Paul, and I've rejected and blocked all offers in for Benjamin Randall, because my thought process is Benjamin Randall will get game time for us. He is going to be our sort of rotation striker to bring on and give him a few more minutes. I've had a thought here, boys, and I want to get your guys' thoughts on this too. If I sign a player on a 6-month contract, like somebody who's still got 6 months at the club and will be coming in at the start of next season, let me know, would you like me to keep that as a bit of a secret? And it's almost like we picked him up at a free agent, like at the start of next season, because it's not overly often you see a lot of teams sign players on 6-month contract now. Like, I don't think so. The most recent one I can kind of think of was like Nkunku, but that was kind of like a sign and then loaned back dealio, I believe. So bit of a weird one, but let me know your guys' thoughts on that. Like, if I'd signed someone on a 6-month contract, or like pre-contract, would you want it like kept as a bit of a secret and you find out next season? Let me know. Well, interestingly enough, an offer here for Jake Clark-Salter. Not much money, but they're offering us Marcos Lopez the other way. Young left back, I should say. But only offering us like £860,000. I wouldn't be able to replace Clark-Salter's quality with that amount of money. I'm not also overly inclined to sell Clark-Salter, so I'm going to reject that offer. But interesting. If they'd maybe come in with some decent money, I'd maybe think about it. But I got no interest in selling him at the moment. Now, this is a low move I'm wanting to see happen here. Arthur Forster potentially off on a loan to FC Heidenheim, which I believe they're in the second or maybe third tier of the Bundesliga, which would be great because if it's the third tier, he's pretty much guaranteed some game time. Second tier, I think he's guaranteed an amount, but maybe not a starting player. But for me, that's exactly the kind of level. I'd like to see him go off to like maybe League One or League Two in England to get some game time. But I'm fine with a move to a lower division, regardless of what league or nation it is, if I'm being honest with you. Lewis Hunter also potentially on his way out the door on a loan here off to Colchester. Again, would have been a good one for me there to send the other lad, but I'm fine with it either way. I just want them to get some game time, get some growth, get some potential. That is what I'd like to see. This time, CD Eldense coming in with a loan for Holloway. Again, absolutely fine. Anwar Ali, that's been accepted 2 years. Again, fine with me. Him coming back at sort of the age of 18, and I also can always recall him as well if I want. But 2 years out there, getting some good game time, I'm absolutely here for that. But we have got a cup game now against Southampton. I'm going to rotate the squad, and we are going to play this one. But again, it's not our main priority. So I'm going to sort the team out and I'll be right back. Okay, a bit of rotation here. Ozzy in at right back, Andrew in at cam. We've got Linden up top, and we're giving Forster a game. We're going to try him out, see how he feels for us. Obviously, he's going out on loan as long as that deal goes through. But yeah, I just want to give him a try. I want to give him a little bit of game time. So a little bit of rotation, not as much rotation as I expected to have to make. All of the players who have come off, I'm fairly sure on the bench. If they're not, then I've absolutely botched that one. But An away tie here in the Cup at St Mary's up against Southampton. Again, it'll be nice to go through the Cup, but it is simply not my priority. The Premier League is our priority. It was always going to be. However, it was going to be staying in the Premier League was the priority. Now it's apparently achieving European football, because that is apparently where the team is at. So let's see how this goes, boys. Come on, you R's. Let's try and let's have a little run in the Cup. I'm absolutely here for that. Forster with his first chance on the ball here. Lovely little ball roll. Plays it inside to Hamer. Hamer now. Oh, I was going to say, look at the run from Ozzy. That's a really nice run, but there's also a really good run happening from Linden. But sadly, the ball wasn't quite good enough to find him. Great tackle there from Field. We've heard that a few times already today. Linden now. Oh, it's going to look up. Andrew was making a really good run. Not Andrew, Forster. Sorry, it might be Andrew Forster. But Forster was making a fantastic run, but didn't quite have the time for Linden to play it through to him. Stewart on the ball here. Oxford's going to stand him up. Oxford does stand him up, wins that ball, and actually stops the corner as well. Really well done there from Reece Oxford. Done fantastically well to not just win the ball, but to actually prevent the corner, and gives us a chance to bring this ball forward here. Brun Larsson's going to look forward and find Andrew in front of him. Look at that run, back post. Forster's there, boys. Going to try and win the header up against Parud, who does win it. Linden doesn't quite get ahead of McCarthy, ex-QPR. But yeah, it's a good effort there. Good cross from Andrew. A good ball. Linden looks up now, finds Forster on the ball. Going to look at the overlap here from Ozzy. Really nice run, really nice pass. Ozzy inside to Gustavo Hamer, who has got a knock into Andrew there. And it's well defended twice from the centre-back. But yeah, we're looking pretty good at the moment. But that Gustavo injury is a bit of a worry. Field, lovely bit of play there. Powell wins that. Going to look forward, finds Brun Larsson. Brun Larsson going to look up, trying to find a run there from Linden. Left it far too late to try and play that into the air, and it's well defended from Bella Kopchap. Come forward again here. Forster finds a bit of space, takes it past Keltakar, plays the strike, hits McCarthy in the chest. Oh, that's a strike from Andrew, and it goes out for a throw. The young man could have opened his, I think it would have been opening his QPR goal tally, but hits it just with, not just venom, but just, I don't know, pure lack of composure. And it doesn't just miss the target. It goes off for a throw-in. Field, lovely pass here into Andrew. Andrew, the pass isn't good there from Andrew either. He's having a bit of a stinker sort of 10 minutes here. That is half-time, boys. 0-0, and I'm not entirely sure how. We've looked pretty good. We've made some decent chances, but the end product has not been there. Not really tested McCarthy too much outside of the chance from Forster, which he saved with his chest. It was a good effort from the young man, but it was well saved, and that follow-up from Andrew was just not the one, was it? But I'm not going to take him off. We're going to give him, give him that time, because he's a young lad. He's still learning the game a little bit. But Dezell, I believe, will come on here, and we're going to bring on Paul Smith over Larsson. Again, just a bit of rotation. Obviously, with the Hamer slight knock that he has, it looks like it's no longer there, but I don't want to run any risks, because him and Field today have both been absolutely fantastic. So don't really want to run into any injury problems with them going down the line. So yeah, just playing it sensibly, just rotating while we can. Again, it's the Cup anyway. I'm fine with rotation. And Dezell's also been pretty good in that first game against City. He had a pretty good game when we had to rotate anyway because of stamina. But second half, let's a little bit more of the same, but let's be a little bit more clinical, a bit less worried in front of the goal. And this could be a really good chance to do that immediately, as Lyndon Dykes makes it 1-0. It's absolutely things you love to see. Our flying Scotsman does it again. He has sort of fallen out of favour a little bit in the squad, but he's Mr. Reliable. He does always do it for us. He'll always find the back of the net, not just in this save, not just in FC24, but FIFA 23, he was pretty crucial for us as well. It's a really, really nice goal from the man. And honestly, I've got so much love for Lyndon. What a boy. Always puts 110% in, and he's doing the business now. I've also clipped through my coat there. You'll love to see it. But 1-0, boys. It took us a while, 53 minutes on the clock, but we have finally found the opening goal. Field wins that ball again. How many times have we said that today? What a player Sam Field is. A terrible pass from Linden. I should have chipped it, but honestly, Sam Field, Gustavo Hamer, I've said it once, I'll say it again. Absolute masterclass from the pair of them. Got to get involved here. Just make sure we don't give anything silly away. I've got some changes queued that I've had queued for a little while now, but Southampton do come forward. Stewart onside here. Kenneth Powell is going to get there with a fantastic sliding tackle. That could have been terrible, but boy, did Kenneth Powell need to make that. And boy, did he make that tackle. He won that ball like it was his. He's taken that one home, boys. And now Lyndon Dykes. Can he double it? Oh, it's off the woodwork. It's a really good effort. It's from a bit of a difficult angle. It's on his weaker foot, but Lyndon Dykes, he does not give it up. This man, if there's one thing you know he'll give you, is 110%. It's work rate. And just there, he has absolutely proved it. Chased that ball to the very depth of it. Hits the post. Doesn't quite find the back of the net. It comes off. The defender takes a touch. Messes around with it in the box here. Lets the keeper get it. McCarthy then can't really deal with it. And Lyndon with not the prettiest goal you're going to see, but one of my favourites I've scored in a while. Great interception there. Just wins it off of McCarthy's feet. And just finds the back of the net. Lyndon Dykes, you absolute beauty. Fair play to you, mate. EA, so much glitching through different materials today. It's a bit weird, but changes made. Oxford, Forster, both coming off now. I brought on Chaplin, who's going to play on the left. Moved Smith to the right. And Jimmy Dunn coming on at centre-back. Just rotation, just fresh legs. Rotating some of the players who are going to be in the other games coming up in the next league game, which we do have a week's break until it happens, but good tackle there from Jake Clark-Salter. But yeah, it's just nice to get that little bit of rotation and give some players a few minutes that don't often get that chance as well. You know, the likes of Ozzy coming on and starting, the likes of Chaplin not getting too many minutes. Ozzy whips it in, aims for Chaplin over Lyndon. Would have been nice to go to Lyndon there, but yeah, real good game so far, boys. 2-0 and absolutely loving it. Great tackle again there, Kenneth Powell. Andrew going to look up here, find Paul Smith. He's going to try a bit of a finesse shot. I think that hit the defender, which is why all the pace had gone from that. But it's a simple save from McCarthy in the end. Well, there it is, boys. Full time, 2-0, and another chance to win some silverware. We remain in the cup. Again, not a priority, but I'll happily say that we're getting our way there. Absolutely okay with that, boys. Real big result. Very happy with that one indeed. And some really good performances. Sam Field today in all 3 games has been absolutely phenomenal. Hamer, when he's played, phenomenal. I have to say, really enjoyed the young winger. Forster played really well. Had some nice skill moves. Feels pretty good on the ball. Feels pretty quick. So looking forward to having him return as a higher rated player and somebody we can maybe bring in with some rotation. I'd love to bring some more youth through this squad and have some more standout players and names coming through the team and stuff. So really happy with that. And yeah, another win. Well, guys, very happy with the episode. Very happy to have this series back as well. Just showing very quickly here. I was just scouting a couple of people. Just obviously our keeper rotation option is not fantastic and 60 rated Mahoney. I could have picked up a free Juanmi, but not entirely sure. 72 rated. He is like 34, so he's just going to keep going down anyway. I was also looking at Ozo, who was a free agent, but he has now gone to FC Dallas, so I'll get rid of him anyway. Again, looking at someone who is 62, probably not going to get anywhere near some rotation that we have. But yeah, having a little look here. Hunter, a loan to buy. No, thank you. But Walsall, you could have him on a loan if you so wish. It looks like Carlisle have also rejected a short-term loan. Fine. Your loss, I think, in that scenario there. But yeah, waiting on some of these guys to go out on loan, waiting potentially for some of these deals to come through. And we will see if and when that happens in the next episode. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the return of the QPR Career Mode. If you have, then please leave a like on the video, support me, the video, the channel, and this series out. A whole bunch of you new, hit the sub button and turn notifications on to be told anytime that we upload a video. If you want to check us out on Twitch, we stream over there, and on TikTok, links to both are down below in the comments as well. So thank you so much for watching. I've been Tom. You guys have been awesome, and I'll see you soon. Look after yourselves, and of course, wash your hands. Take care, guys.